Alright, ladies and gentlemen, check 1 2, check 1 2. Hey, how's it going, ladies and folks? I am currently in my schematic world, a personal world save that I myself use to hold schematic files so I don't have them all jumbled up, even though I do, in a single folder, which is why this map exists. It is nothing but schematics. Do I have anything in my inventory? Nope. Slash kill, go back to center. But moving on. Oh hey, that's right, I did rebuild it. Ha lol. Oh hey, there's the carburetor valve. And you're probably going, carburetor? And here's what I wanted to get to. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you my fully functioning 4-stroke style Redstone engine. This one is a V12. Well, supposed to be a V12, but you get the gist. It has, as best as I could do, to replicate mechanical engine parts with Redstone tech as best I could. Now, this here starts the engine, so you got the so the engine will start cranking, and when that piston closes the gap, the electrodes will fire off. So it'd be a and voila. The pistons are now firing, and you will notice that isn't a insane bit laggy right now. I'm getting a solid +5 FPS. Well, just look at all this glorious redstone. And I also have water in here because I am an idiot sometimes. Now this is as best as I could do for a carburetor. But this is all port labeled correctly. Null. Okay, I think that's been edited from the air filter. So this would be the air filter here, up here. I was trying to replicate a V12. Originally it was a V6, or V8, which you see there, and there and there. I was going to make a V6 out of that one. Did I make a V6? Let's just kill this. But yes, I'll demonstrate the carburetor valve mechanism. Because a carburetor allows the air-fuel mixture in through a valve, and there's really no valve in Minecraft. This is as best as I could do. A kind of iris type of thing to restrict fuel-air mix flow into the carburetor, into the imports, and all the correct mechanisms do in fact work. I am playing in 710. Idiot. Excuse me a moment. Sorry about that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I just realized we were playing in 1.8. This was being played in 1.8 and using 1.8 features. If I had not done that, well, I would have lost a lot of blocks, to put plainly. I'll get to that later, probably in another video. But this is the basic engine. This is the half the side, an inline 4 style with a 1 2 3 4 firing sequence instead of a center 2 outer 2 firing sequence, which would be a up down firing sequence. So it'd be, if you were to graph it out on a chart, sort of like this, you'd have these two fire, then these two fire, back and forth in that kind of crankshaft pattern. So it'd be like something like this here. That's what the crankshaft would look like. Instead, I have it looking something like this here. So it's in firing sequence cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. And that there is the front of the engine. This here. Well, because that's where I put the fuel port in from the fuel pump. And that's going to be my next job, is to have a somewhat working fuel pump that demonstrates the mechanical principles of how a diaphragm pump works. I'll try to do that for next time. But this is just interesting redstone that I came up with. This here was my attempt to do an inline 6. I was going to try and replicate a now somewhat infamous Jimmy 6. If you don't know what that is, it is a GMC inline 6 that was popularized in a lot of GMC pickups from the late 40s, early 50s, and a lot of GMC vehicles in general. They are called Jimmy 6s because a lot of hot rodders in them days would use them to boost up their car because they made a lot of power at the time. In fact, there are people that have gone 200 plus miles an hour in those said engines on nitromethane, pure nitromethane. Yeah, fuck off, rain. Now, I'm trying to remember where all the new interesting redstone is. I'll probably go back to the engines in a little while, but that's more of like a teaching aid thing that I came up with in my spare time.